don't like that, dog.
Hell yeah, tell me about it.
I will give her all this meat.
Her arm's still big though.
That's all right.
Fuck that.
That remind me of this girl, man, that my buddy used to like. This bitch had these fat little like Tyrannosaurus Rex arms and shit.
What?
Yeah, I used to call her a half midget.
Damn. A half midget. What the fuck?
She wasn't short like a midget, but she had arms like a midget. And
God
shit.
damn. You half midget ass bitch.
You like this?
Oh man, I
Y'all
swear.
about ready?
Oh yeah, let's do this.
I'm gonna mute y'all up.
Y'all ready? Let's go.
Shut the fuck up, Loudo.
Power357radio.com. Every Saturday night from 9 to 11 p.m. It's the late night luncheon. You dirty bitches.
It's time to get your lunch on with the frat boys on Power357radio.com. You dirty bitches.
Slim, you lunch.
Ladies and gentlemen, B-boys and B-girls, pimps, politicians, pickpockets, and punks, you're now tuned in to the Late Night Luncheon every Saturday night from 9 to 11 on Power357radio.com. This is the Frat Boys, You Dirty Bitches.
The views and expressions in this broadcast are those of the frat boys and allegedly do not reflect the views or positions of any entity they represent. You dirty bitches.
All celebrity voices are impersonated.
What up? You already know what it is. It's your boy, Skrillazilla Raw. And I need y'all to grab your vices and turn up your devices. Cause it's that time again. Frat boys, make some motherfucking noise.
Yeah, motherfucking right.
It's gonna be a wild motherfucking night.
That's what
we got, or should I say, it's gonna be a hot one because we got the motherfucking hot. We got the hot Bean Boozle challenge. I know what y'all saying. Y'all doing another Bean Boozle challenge?
The hot boys.
Damn right.
Hot boys.
Be shitting blood tonight.
Yo, Breeze, who we got in the lunchbox?
Oh man, we got the whole motherfucking squad, man. I see my man Buck Master Tracks up in this motherfucker. What's up, Buck?
Slow mo.
What up?
Man, that's my dog right there, man. You know what I'm saying? You know. Also, we got my man, the R to the E to the N to the O. It's the dirty one. My man Reno.
You already know.
What's up, dog?
What's up with you?
Waiting for the big zingers from Dirty Harry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Hold on. Who else we got up in this jump, man? Who is this? Who is this over here? I'm trying to see on the screen. Who is that? No.
Looks like Spade the Renegade.
Oh my goodness, my man, Spade the Renegade. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Spade? Hey, where you at, dog?
Hot damn. Here we go again. I'm just walking outside of the spot.
Man, trying to catch up with you.
Tell me how you feel. Thank y'all dirty twitches for tuning in to Power 357 Radio.
That's right, man. Tell the people. Hey, listen, man, trying to catch up with you is like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this
like
is the busiest dude. Man, hey, listen, good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Good Carmen San Diego.
My man.
Hey, listen, also, man. Also, who is this over here in the cut, man? Who is this with the blue shirt and the bald head right here? What's
the fucking hooligan sailor?
The hooligan sailor. Wow, that's some wild shit,
Hello
Joe.
to everybody. Hope a good Saturday night. Hope we're all drinking.
So is
What's
that
up?
another name for a pirate?
It is.
You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, a hooligan sailor would have to be a pirate, right?
Well, I got to give you that story and tell you how I got the nickname Hooligan. So I can tell you that a little bit later if you want to. I'm going to tell you about, we'll go back to a conversation we were going to have 2 weeks ago about the whole Cuba Gooding Jr. Medal of Honor story. But I'll tell you how I got the name Hooligan. We can do that a little bit later once you guys get your intro done.
All
So
right,
good evening,
man.
everybody.
Listen, get your drink on.
Good evening.
Get your drink on. Also, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, I can't forget about everybody's BFF, man. DJ Bubsby.
Lunchin.
What's up, DJ? Turn yourself up, dog. What's up,
good?
DJ?
What's good, man?
There
Ready
you
to do
go.
that hot bean challenge. You know what I'm saying? Get it in. Let's have a good show.
That's right, man. We're going to get it in this evening. Skrilla, Zilla, Raw.
So
you
without
forgot about
further
Rio.
My
ado,
man. Hey, yo, what we got in tune for this evening? What are we discussing? You know, because everybody wants to know the motherfucking frat boys' point of view. So, what are we discussing this evening?
all right, so man, let's go ahead. I want to start with something a little controversial, you know,
Ooh,
something that's gonna
I
get
like
us thinking a little bit.
I like controversial. Stinking,
Okay,
I don't know, but controversial, yes.
So it's 7:30 in the morning. Let's
Mhm.
call it a Monday, okay?
Okay.
All the children from Honeydale Elementary
Mhm.
in Rockdale County, Georgia,
Mhm.
they're all coming to school.
Mhm.
It's just another day like any other day.
Mhm. Got your homework?
As they walk through the hallway,
Mhm.
they go to get a drink of water. They're a little parched, right? First
Yeah,
thing in
man.
the morning.
Yeah.
And what do they see? They see two signs,
Mhm.
whites only
Ooh.
and colored
Oh no.
only. So the first thing they're thinking,
This at the
because
elementary school?
this is at the elementary school. The
No.
first thing they're thinking is, oh my God, Donald Trump just reenacted segregation.
Oh.
Right? Because
Right.
that's what they're being told. They're being told that Donald Trump wants to reenact segregation. And not only that, he wants to reenact enslavement. This is what Donald Trump's about. This is what they're being told. So they're fucking scurrying, man. They're probably texting. They're probably running and calling their parents. Oh my God, Donald Trump reenacted segregation. They're all freaking the fuck out, right?
Right. What does
Come
Donald
to-
Trump got to do with this?
Hold
But
on,
go
Jussie
ahead.
Smollett. Jussie
But-
Smollett all over again.
Because
Oh, that's it out loud.
because this is a narrative that's being pushed, right? So basically, they find out that the school is actually teaching a lesson on Ruby Bridges. Ruby Bridges, for those that don't know, and I'm one of them until I did the motherfucking research.
Bridges'
Okay.
mother.
I'm
You
glad
gotta
you
do
did the
the work.
research. Go
You
ahead,
gotta
dog.
do the work, right?
do your
This
thing.
just look, for those that don't know, this just not easy.
Mhm.
I'm up all fucking night doing the fucking research and doing the work, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back. All right.
right.
So
Do your thing.
so basically, Ruby Bridges was the first person in this South to be brought into the white school. She was the first black girl in the South to be brought into the white schools. That
So
was
that's the one
she
with all
was
the pictures. She's the one with all the pictures that they're using as the poster child for all this, correct?
exactly. She was the end of segregation. Okay. So this is my question. So this was a lesson about Ruby Bridges. Now, to me, all of these kids were fucking frantic. They were scared. To me, this is critical race theory. This is the reason why people don't want critical race theory being taught to elementary schoolers. And I'm just going to say that, and then I want to go around to the frat boys and see how the fuck y'all feel about this, and see if maybe you know Maybe you know, Spade. Maybe you know what critical race theory is, because I don't, but I feel like this would be part of it. I'll start with Spade. Spade, do you want to talk about this, or do you want me to move on?
Well, first and foremost, you know, love is the answer.
Yeah.
Love is the answer. All right. But
it
the
will
thing
also
is,
give you ass cancer.
We on some
but
hippie shit. Okay.
The truth only offends the fucking guilty. The truth only offends the guilty. Why do you want to go back and redact a lot of executive orders? Because maybe you probably fucking scared, not scared, but you're upset or you're embarrassed of what the fuck your ancestors did. Ruby Bridges.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Spade, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but before you go into it too much, I think that it shouldn't be taught to children because their brains aren't able to process it, right? So let's just say.
But they're trying to take it out of college and high school as well.
Okay. High school and college, you should be a little bit smarter. You should be able to deal with that shit. But elementary school, I think it's a no-no. You know what I mean? Think about if you were told when you were 7 years old, you know, Zilla's fucking grandpa, he fucking fucked your grandpa in the ass because he wouldn't pick cotton in the field.
Right.
Would you still want to be my friend? I don't think so.
Let me jump in. So Mike and I were talking, Bubs and I were talking the other night offline when we were talking, and you know, it's very interesting that, you know, Bubs and I come from the same neighborhood. We have, you know, the same upbringing in a lot of respects up until about high school. High school, we kind of went two different directions in life. And, you know, we're two different people, but we were the same neighborhood, same friends, the same growing up, the same everything. We take two different trajectories in life. Now, when we start talking about stuff, I'll say, God rest his soul, my buddy. I have a friend of mine, Pastor Dwayne, who passed away this past year. And we used to have a lot of in-depth conversations. And Pastor Dwayne, we was very passionate about this stuff. But the theory
is Pastor Dwayne black?
Yes, he was. Absolutely. So he was my best friend. He was my business partner, and him and I, you know, we were friends first, and we had a lot of political differences and a lot of ideology differences, but we sat and we broke bread and we discussed at length how, you know, the stuff. So, but what my point, I was trying to tell him, I said, those who seek, and talk about this, people seeing color. I don't believe in any of it, because that, for me to believe in this stuff means that I have to look at you and say, you are less than me. And I don't believe in that. So, like, I teach my kids, there's no difference between Reno and Spade and Mike's wife and his kid. There's no difference, because that means that I would have to think that I'm superior to you. And that is bullshit. We each have our own little things.
I don't think that you have to think it's a superior thing, because, I mean,
but for me to sit there and say,
there are differences in anatomy.
Oh yeah. But
yeah, like Mike
every
Dick.
time I take a piss, I know.
Like Mike Dick. Mike Dick is an anatomy.
There's nothing worse than a white liberal woman. There's nothing worse than a white liberal woman who thinks, "Oh my God, you can't get ID." I've never met a man that hasn't had ID. I've never met a guy who hasn't had the opportunity. And for me to sit there and say, "Oh my God, I have to do something to make your path easier," which in that regards is like, what do you mean you can't do it? Now, that's different to say that we all have our own working thing. You know, some people are better. Buzz is a better musician and a better sound guy than I am. I'm a better.
But I don't think that's what we're talking about. Hold on, Sal. I don't want to go too deep on another direction. Go ahead, Ethel. Go ahead, Ethel. Stay on topic, Ethel. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ethel.
Black History Month. When it was Black History Month, my friend's daughter, she's white, and she's 7 years old. Now, what they were teaching in school was the truth. It was the truth about, you know, how black people, how do you know, couldn't do things that white people couldn't do. Everything that teacher was teaching was the truth. However, at the end of her teaching, she told the kids that black people were good and white people were bad. That's where I had the problem.
Holy shit.
Okay,
everything she thought was the truth. It was all the truth, but it was what she said at the end.
Right.
That I found It wasn't
Well,
right.
That was her opinion at the end. Like
Yeah,
she quit
That's how
teasing
she
and started telling
that's how
how
she
she
really
felt.
felt at the
She's
end.
like, look, I don't fuck with crackers, okay? Fuck them crackers.
At the
she
end of
was
the
7 years
day,
old too.
hold on. At the end of the day, and Mike and I have talked about this before, Bubs and I. If
They
you're a
weren't
piece of
teenagers,
shit,
they
you're a
were
piece of
children.
shit no matter what your color is. If you're redneck white, you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. End of story. If you're a good person, we got to see good people. And you know, in terms of the critical race theory, I don't believe in teaching that because I don't believe it's real, but I also believe in teaching face value. If you're a good person, you'd say, I teach my kids, yes, ma'am, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
And stuff like that. I see a lot of jokes. Like I tell you a little story. I grew up and I used to be a lifeguard in all the apartment complexes in Capitol Heights. And my favorite story was you don't mess with black niggas.
I used to save you neighbors.
But you don't mess with the black grandmoms. And people are like, what are you talking about? I said, the black grandmoms ran the neighborhoods. And I said, and that's where I learned the yes ma'am, no ma'ams from. It was, maybe my grandfather taught me the same thing.
Yes, Miss Sadie.
The proper respect. And I can remember these little kids, and they're like, I said, that's what I told it. I said, and that's where you look at it and say, the power is there. And if you want to hide behind it, go hide behind it. But you got to let people be people. And I said, if you teach people that they're less than because of something that they never experienced, they will embody that. So let's stop teaching people that they're less than something because of something that happened a long time ago and say, you are good. Stop teaching people that are bad because people emulate that shit.
You know what? I do agree with that. I do think that the truth should be told, right? I don't think the truth should be.
1,000% fucking evil.
I don't think the truth should be told to fucking kindergartners. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, bro.
You're predisposing them to evil.
But I do think the truth should be told. But at the same time, I think the whole truth should be told. And that, to me, is the problem.
But that's not going to happen in schooling because schooling isn't really to educate. It's the program. And it's not just on, critical race theory. It's all of history.
No, but when I say hold on. But when I say the whole truth, right? I mean that you should know that, the first people in America to actually have slaves were Africans.
Yep.
Where?
Absolutely.
Where?
There was a man. There was an African from Angola that lived in Virginia. He was the first person to have a slave in America.
We're fucking Moors.
So listen,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Were they chattel slaves? Or were they more like indentured service type slaves?
No, they were slaves.
There's a huge difference.
So let me tell you something. So I had a conversation with one of my friends today, and he's from Nigeria, right? And he told me, and this shit sounds crazy, and I told him, I said, I'm gonna give you a shout out, man, because he fucking subscribed to the YouTube today. So shout out to my man Ken. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to that Bama, man.
So he basically told me that in Nigeria, that back in the day,
that is colonized. Let's get that clear. But go ahead,
Nigeria. But back in the day,
before they were colonized.
Before they were colonized.
Talking about now, he's telling the story now though, because he's been educated through a colonized education system that is there now. Yes, they are. They are.
He was educated from his family.
Okay.
So
he didn't go to school.
Basically, what was going on, right? Back in the day, like say I had a brother, and my brother was like a little slow. You know what I mean? He's a little slow. He's not up to my fucking level, right? They would make that motherfucker a slave. They like, hey, you fucking
that's some
Napoleon shit. That's on some Napoleon shit, yeah.
So, but if we're gonna talk this conversation, we got to be legitimate. Today, in the world today, there are more slaves today than there were in the height of the entire Atlantic slave trade, and the Barbary pirates. The more
what's the population of the United States of America again?
330 million.
Yeah, there you go. There's a bunch of them right there.
There's more slaves. Well, yeah, because you own the government. But there's more slaves today in Africa right now that are being slaves that are being forced labor. And if you own an iPhone or a Tesla car,
what country in Africa was not colonized first?
which one?
What you tell me?
But they began the slave trade.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is the only one, the only country in Africa that has not been colonized. So they learned from the best.
What about the Congo?
The slavery's existed in every nation, every culture, and every continent since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna get religious here, but the Bible talks about it. Slavery has been there. The Scots enslaved the English enslaved the Irish enslaved the Scottish. The Vikings enslaved the.
But did they bring them here? And are we dealing with that here though?
But
we got to deal with what we did. We got to deal with what we did, not what everybody else did.
Yo, mama enslaved your daddy.
Right, I'm enslaved right now.
Yeah.
Not saying us as
My wife
people.
gonna hit me with a stick.
Bub, let me tell you something. Let's just talk facts. This is no feelings here, straight facts. Do you understand that every single slave, that made it onto a ship and crossed the Atlantic in the Atlantic slave trade was sold to a colonizer by an African king or slave owner?
Okay. And what?
So if you want history,
and what? So what does that prove?
So hold on. Let's hold on right there. Let's go a different direction on this, right? So
I just want to know how that justifies anything.
It doesn't, but
everybody owns slaves.
We're dealing with the ones that bought and sold here.
But why
doesn't matter what they did over there.
I don't know what it
millions.
is. That was over 200 fucking years ago. What the fuck?
But do you understand? 200 years ago. So how many years did white people have a fucking jump start on black people in this country?
But
we're talking about generational wealth. We're talking about everything.
So hold on. So,
and how long have even like black people been able to even vote? How long?
More. That's all that matters.
How
Is
long?
everything got better and everything
Take
your
foot,
boy. 60 some years?
Okay, hold on. This is all I'm saying, but I'm not trying to get that deep into it. What I'm basically stating is that I don't know what the curriculum is for critical race theory, but if you're going to teach the truth, teach the whole truth.
My name is Toby.
If you're going to teach critical race theory, you can wipe out Black History Month.
Your name is Toby.
Yeah, because I agree, because Black history is American history. You're right. Black history is American history. So
absolutely.
You don't need Black History Month if you're going to teach critical race theory.
But I mean, you shouldn't be like.
Right. It should be taught all year round.
Okay,
but that is
Ethel.
a good question.
Okay, Ethel. Okay, I hear you, Ethel. I hear you.
The shortest and coldest.
Go ahead, Breeze.
Ethel, I hear you over there. You know what I'm saying? You know. I mean, yeah, man.
It should be in the summertime where they be partying at the cookouts and shit.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And see, February is the shortest month.
Coldest.
And
you got the government be doing.
I'm saying you got President's Day, and you got motherfucking Valentine's Day. You know, just fucking the whole month all up.
But you understand the reason why February is because of Martin Luther King's birthday.
Yeah.
So that's why it's that month is obviously that thing. So and I'm 100% correct in saying that Black history is American history. And when we were talk about that, when I talk about affluential Black Americans that have inventors and all that stuff, that's American history. That's who
invented the peanut.
No.
Did you know they castrated him, bro? Did you know that they castrated him, and that's why the rumor of him being gay, and he never denied it or anything.
Who was this?
George Washington Carver.
Hold on. They castrated George Washington Carver. The fucking
Yes.
Castrated by his slave owners. Well, by those he worked under.
Yep.
All right. Okay. We like to kick the ball, kick the can down the motherfucking road. Avoiding and deflecting of the impact that slavery had on America. No, we built this motherfucker for free, for profit. That's why. Economically, okay, cool. If you're in the black, you're profitable. If you're in the red, Native Americans, your ass is you're losing fucking money.
So let me ask you a question. So how do you feel about the conspiracy theory that's going around now that the African Americans weren't actually ever Africans? Because
they were here first, you saying?
Because they're here first. Because look,
it's both. It's both.
But listen what the guy said.
It was more here than that was brought over.
But listen what the guy said, though. But hold on, I'm gonna go right back to you, Spade. But listen what the guy said. What the guy said actually kind of made sense. So we live in a culture that tries to make money off of everything, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They literally have a black, what is it? It's a African American museum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that people can go and experience the black experience at the museum, right?
Hey, they're black.
So
black.
this is the crazy part, though.
They're like
What do you mean
monkeys.
by black experience? What does that mean?
Hold on, Hollywood. Hold on, I'll get you.
They're like monkeys.
Where are the slave ships? If they existed, where are they? That's a conspiracy theory that's going around because you have all these plantations that, allow people to come and see them for probably like $10 or something because we're all about making money in America, right? It's capitalist fucking society.
This is where the niggas pick cotton.
There's no slave ship that you can actually go and visit. And that's the reason that this guy who started this conspiracy theory, or the guy that at least brought it to me, said that they weren't African Americans. You didn't come from Africa, that you guys were already here. You were already the indigenous people. There is no such thing as a slave ship.
Wow.
There was, but like I said,
and I'm gonna let y'all talk amongst yourselves because it's time for me.
I ain't never heard that shit. I ain't never heard that goofy ass.
Me neither.
There is
That's some goofy ass dumb shit.
There is definitely there were black people here before the slave ships came.
Hold on,
definitely 100%.
Hold on, I'm gonna fuck y'all
I'm
up
saying
here.
real niggas though, they was like Buddha.
They came here and we're here for thousands of years, so probably not.
You want to know why I know you're right, Mike? Because I'm going to give you all the conspiracy theory. There have been multiple resets. We call them resets. We talked about this before. We talked about this before offline, Mike. It takes 100 years for the generations to forget about what the history was. So right now, if we had a catastrophic event today, 100 years, all you guys would be talking, I remember when we had cell phones, and people were like, you're fucking crazy. It never existed. The Earth is 4.8 billion years old. How many times do you think, and the continents have moved, and they say, oh, so let's just think about this. I'm going to put it in context. 4.5 million people have been killed in Afghanistan since the global war on terrorism in 2000 and 2001, right? Where the hell do you bury 4.5 million people? So there have been millions of people on this earth. Where is the evidence that they existed? So you're going to sit there and talk about,
dirt is dirt.
You know what I've always wondered?
Dust to dust.
Yeah,
when
man.
is the last time, I don't know, this is my own personal thing in life. When is the last time you seen a new cemetery?
You haven't. They don't make them.
It's weird. Like, I guess they're stacking bodies. They stack.
But
that's a lot of people. Like, you would actually think that we would have to start building a lot of cemeteries.
The
people be dying.
in your nose got dead people in it.
Minus the crematoriums.
From the concept,
smell dead people.
The Earth is 4.8 billion years old. You mean to tell? Now I understand evolution. I understand everything. So you mean to tell me, like right now,
all the dirt is dead people ashes.
Right. They just found a crater in Greenland that's 18 miles wide. They said it was a catastrophic and it was an iron event. So basically, a meteorite from space somewhere was full of iron. Hit this thing 18 miles. It was basically what started the Ice Age, the last Ice Age. It's about 30,000 years ago. Climate change is bullshit. Just put that out there.
What are we talking about?
But we're talking about people. So when you talk about who was here on this continent,
really,
My nuts.
People have been here for tens of thousands of years. Human history is not 3,000 years old like the Jewish say, or 5,000 years old.
No,
Human history is
the Bible stoppers think it's 6,000 years old, and
Right.
go ahead. I'll tell you why.
Let's get this motherfucking challenge over with.
I'll tell you why after you finish.
But I'm saying, so when you talk about the history of humans and the hominoids and the multiple species of different, the Neanderthals and how we were interbreeding, there has been hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people on this earth. So the fact that we discovered America in 14 days is bullshit. The indigents, the Native Americans were here, or the Eskimos.
The indigents.
You go back
indigenous people that were from over in Pangea that crossed over from Africa were
That's
here,
the abbreviation.
who mixed in with the Mongolians and created what we have today now as
there's the Mongoloids, the
Them other
Caucasoids,
niggas.
and the Negroes.
They're a combination of indigenous black people and the people from Mongolia.
That's them other niggas.
Absolutely.
That's what we have today.
So they've been here for hundreds of thousands of years. So this concept of, well, we found,
Right.
So this whole thing, but again, the whole Anglo-Saxons and, the whole melanated versus non-melanated persons is because of where you were at in the world. It has
Not
nothing
really, Mike, because how old, when, let me say this, how old is the oldest evidence of the Caucasian race?
Well, whose science are we actually going on?
Anybody's, except for and you got to minus out religion. Take away the religious science.
Well, no, but you're talking about it. We're talking about 30,000 years. And
you're talking 7,000 to 10,000 years.
God damn.
No. 30,000 years of the migratory of where everybody is supposedly came out of Africa. But you also have to remember that the continents were all together. So right.
Let's do this.
You talk about it.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, out of nowhere, about 6,000 to 10,000 years ago, the white race popped out of nowhere, and they don't know why. They don't know where it came from or why.
Where them crackers come from?
But that's if you
place to live.
Everybody doesn't believe that.
That's if you're going by archaeologist science, and I mean that's what you're going to think. If you go by religion, if you go by religion, you're especially Christianity and Judaism, you're going to say yeah because they think everybody was created 6,000 years ago.
Those white devils.
Exactly. Exactly. Religion believes everybody was created 6,000 years ago. But at the same time,
there's evidence of bodies in Africa that are 250,000 years old.
Well, as far as archaeologists say.
Niggas always been here.
White archaeologists. White archaeologists.
No, but we're talking about if it's just like everybody, right? Everybody says, well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. It's all about what you believe. I mean, look, the bottom line is, like,
you shouldn't believe anything, be honest with you, because you know what the word believe means? It means to accept what somebody says without doing your research. That is what believe is. Yeah. And that's why belief is so strong in religion.
Yeah.
But think about this, though.
Dummies.
If you research, right, you're researching what they're telling you.
But you got to do so much research and then put the puzzle together for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, or you do all that research and you come up with fucking dead end. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell you this much. I can tell you this much that I don't like when I look at like since we're talking about this. Since we're talking about this, when I look at the creation of the races, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so you're telling me
I'm gonna
that
make niggas.
people came out of Africa and then moved to colder climates and became white. When have you ever seen that?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Right, you believe in the
there's no scientific evidence for that either. That's just a theory. Nobody knows.
What do you think, Ethel?
I have no idea.
There's evidence.
Well, at least you admit
Good answer.
I thought you was gonna bullshit.
Good answer,
I'll
Ethel.
tell you, there's certain.
I love Ethel.
There's a theory because you also know, and this is fact. You can go check it out.
Uh-huh.
That white people carry the Neanderthal gene, and people of African descent who have not mixed in with white people do not carry that gene. So that would kind of.
So are you saying we're the monkeys?
White people came from the Neanderthal. I mean, that's what the evidence will show. And that's not a diss. That's not a diss.
No, I mean, it's cool to be a monkey.
Neanderthals weren't monkeys, bro. Neanderthals weren't monkeys. They were humanoid. They were just a little behind. They weren't as advanced.
Well, from Mars.
If that's true, we are living in the planet of the apes right now, dog.
Exactly, and that's the
true.
funny
Nobody
thing.
came from no motherfucking monkeys.
So hold on, Bob. From what you're saying, right? From what you're saying, because this is actually fun. I'm having fun right now, right? So, from what you're saying, white people are basically like these like caveman type motherfuckers, right?
No, I'm saying that's a part of their ancestry. I'm not saying that's what they are.
No, I get that. It's part of their ancestry, right?
Yes.
So you're telling me now hold on, I want everybody to listen to me. You're telling me that the low man on the totem pole somehow fucking conquered the world?
Yes. Through savageness and uncivilized living.
Planet of the apes, dog.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's a hell of an accomplishment to be the
Planet of the apes.
That is the nature.
That is the dog. That is a hell of an accomplishment, man. To come from the bottom and the dumbest motherfucker in the world.
I mean, if you look at domination and all that shit as a compliment, fine, yeah, that's cool. But I don't.
I think.
Look at the world; it's fucked up. Their whole experiment has made our whole world fucked up.
We're aliens, Mike. We're aliens.
It's
We're not
planet
here.
Exactly.
That's what happened as well too. It could come from that as well too, like a mix.
So let's look at this from the Anunnaki perspective.
Anunnaki.
I know all that story. I can tell you that story. I know that story.
Yeah, so let's look at it from the Anunnaki perspective. So
where do chinks come from?
The Greys.
So hold on. Let's look at it from the Anunnaki perspective. So the Anunnaki perspective, and for those that don't know this, every single one of the races was a slave to one of the Anunnaki, right?
No,
there's a
not all
reason.
the races. There was only one race at the time.
No, that's not true, Bub. You need to do
that's
your
true.
fucking research.
I've been studying this since '91, bro.
Bub.
All right, go ahead,
Every single. Look, fucking go to Billy Carson.
White people didn't exist then.
You're not looking at Billy Carson. You're looking at somebody else.
Cotton, you cracker.
But look, let me tell you my perspective on this, right? So each one of the Anunnaki had a look, right? Each one of them, right? They came here. We all know that they came here from. That's not what I heard.
Aliens.
That's not what I heard, Bob.
You heard wrong.
So hold on. So Bob
They all
heard
look like
something
Chuck Brown.
That ain't what you heard, dog.
Bob heard something different than what I was preached, right? So
What
what I heard,
you was preach something different? Let's hear it.
yeah, from Billy Carson, right? So look, Billy Carson said that each one of the Anunnaki had a different look.
They had a different look.
Hold on, hooligan.
They
So
had a
each one
different
of the
look.
Anunnaki had a different look. So what they did is when they branded
That nigga
their
look like Tito
slaves,
Jackson.
they made them look like them, and that's where the different races came from.
Well, I beg to differ because that's not what the Sumerian texts indicate.
Well, that's where Billy got it from.
So
It's
all them
over.
different looking niggas just fucked everybody. We fucking all these hoes. We fucking all these Neanderthal hoes, and we gonna make a different shit.
Exactly.
Is that what you think,
were
dog?
different races, but they were different
Exactly.
races of aliens.
We gonna fuck these monkey caveman motherfuckers.
See, you can't get it twisted like
Aping the shit out
That's where it gets twisted. Neanderthals weren't all advanced, but they weren't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like
so you're saying they had some good traits, like they could rub a couple of sticks together, they could create
Make
fire,
some fire
they could draw some shit on the wall. You know?
Yeah, you know, fire is only
they
30,000 years
fucking
old.
survive and sustain themselves and eat and find food and do what they're supposed to do. Yeah.
Hey,
right.
we need some music. We need a music break.
Hey, look,
Frank, it's
when
just some
I-
music.
We got this bean challenge coming up real soon.
Hey, look,
Right.
look, let's just go ahead and go a whole nother direction. I just want to say this, man. So when I found out that the Moors are the reason that I gotta take a shower every motherfucking night, man, that shit changed my motherfucking life.
Yeah.
They fucked your shit up, man. They fucked your shit up.
Yeah, man. Don't nobody want to take a shower every motherfucking night.
Every night, goddammit.
Look, scientists say that every 15 days the body cleanses itself. The fuck I'm taking a shower for tonight. Shit. Take these sweaty balls, bitch.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you a story real quick, and I'm gonna segue, and this will end this, and this will actually kind of wrap everything up for you. So,
all right, hurry up, because I gotta go into Shay Shay.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Skrilla asked how I got the name Hooligan. So, my grandfather, who was a deep sea hard hat diver in the United States Navy for 30 years, when I went and enlisted in the Coast Guard, called me a hooligan because I went into the hooligan Navy. So that's where the name hooligan came from, and thus the drunken sailor comes from. So, but I'll give you a story. I didn't know a whole lot about my grandfather's history, and you realize it until I actually watched the movie Men of Honor with Cuba Gooding Jr. with Master Chief Carl Bashir. So what I didn't realize until this point in time in doing history of my family, my grandfather is who Master Chief Sunday was emulated after. So I have found out through history and stuff that my grandfather was one of the chief, basically deep sea hard hat divers in the Navy. He enlisted in 1939. He retired in 1969 as a lieutenant commander in the Navy, and he was actually in charge of the Patuxent Naval.
Did he say 69?
The Solomon Islands
Pax River Naval Air Station.
So my grandfather retired from Solomon Islands.
How small the world gets? Want to know how small the world gets? Because I served with Carl Bashir Jr. in Bosnia. His son was a helicopter pilot.
Very, very small world. That's fucking awesome. So what I learned from my grandfather is that I watched this movie, and I learned from my grandfather, and he taught me a lot because I was raised by him, in my younger years. Is I learned a lot from him in the fact that and then I watched this movie and I realized that my grandfather was a very racist person in his upbringing, and
a lot of our grandfathers were racist people.
I hate them niggas.
But you have to understand this hard hat diving legacy is a very small group of people, and Spade will tell you in the circuit of the military, these are very small groups of people when you get into the metrics of the group of people. So there's only so many hard hat divers, and I learned from my grandfather after the fact that Carl Bashir changed his life.
Drink, Spade.
Carl Bashir changed his life and how he treated people, and he taught me again when we grew up.
He changed his life,
Maryland, and then how growing up, like how to treat people, and he realized, like I said, I never saw my grandfather speak to anybody but proper, and especially growing up in Calvert County, Maryland, it's where I grew up with him, and so you realize that like my grandfather had two sides, and one was this Navy side of him where he was a bastard and he was an absolute asshole. And then he taught me later in life through his own experiences that I should not treat people. And I think
he learned. Motherfucking Hollywood looks like Jigga Man.
We talk
my
about
man
that.
Hollywood. What's up, Hollywood?
What's good, man? What's happening? It's cool.
It's funny.
I see you.
Bashir.
Hey, Skrills, real quick, Skrills and I want y'all to talk. Skrills and Hollywood. I want y'all to talk about this Shannon Sharp shit.
Hold up, y'all.
I want y'all to talk about this Shannon Sharp shit.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna talk about that, but let's Spade talk real quick because I can see he's like,
he wants to say something.
What you got, Spade?
Go ahead, Spade. I'm shutting that shit down for you, bro. Go ahead.
No. I was a Cav Scout. Before I went Special Forces, I was a Cav Scout to the 82nd Airborne Division. Okay? And Carl Bashir, he picked us up from, I forgot where the fuck we were. We were pinned the fuck down. He was a Black Hawk pilot. I remember, because the name Carl Bashir, and he was Carl Bashir Jr. I served with this motherfucker. I was spit blood for this motherfucker right now, man. And he got our team out of there.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So look, let's talk about this Shay Shay shit, man.
Let me jump in real quick. Let me jump in.
What the fuck are you gonna say about this? You don't know shit about plumber shit. You don't know shit about the Navy. Motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. You a plumber. Go ahead, Buck.
Hey, Buck, hey, Buck, I love
appreciate
your new transport device, man. I love it.
That's right.
It's dope. It's dope, man.
Hey, Drunken Sailor,
How
I'm
fast does that
sitting
motherfucker go?
about 5 miles an hour. It's for fat people, god damn it. Hey, so Drunken Sailor, I'm sitting next to a descendant of the Navy SEALs. The Navy SEALs. I'm sitting next to Joseph Green's great niece. So my wife's great uncle was the Green Beret. I'm sorry, the Navy SEAL dude. The grandfather of the Navy SEALs. So that's a great big thing from like World War II and shit like that.
Lying like shit, dog. That motherfucking Jenny ain't no motherfucking Green Beret, dog.
That's the Navy SEAL, goddammit. This is
Navy SEAL.
That's the frog.
Jenny ain't no motherfucking Navy SEAL. I ain't never seen Jenny in no motherfucking wetsuit.
Me neither.
Cheers, Spade. Cheers, Spade.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, hey, yo, man, chill out.
Cheers, brother. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm about to fire something up for you.
Yo, let's talk about this Shay Shay shit.
Yeah, Hollywood and Skrills. Get into that for a little while.
Shay.
Let's
That
talk
shit
about
sounds gay.
this Shay Shay shit's wild, man.
Club gay.
Man, Shay.
So once again, Tony Busby is at it again. The same guy that went after fucking Jigga and Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
He
now
always
he's
going
going
after somebody.
Shay Shay. You know what I'm saying? And
Shay.
Basically, hold on, hooligan. So basically, he filed, a suit. Once again, the girl is Jane Doe. He loves the Jane Doe.
She only fans.
And then Shay Shay comes out and he's like, nah, that ain't Jane Doe. That's motherfucking Beth from OnlyFans. I remember that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, for those that don't know this story, basically, they came after Shay Shay, and Shay Shay said, I'll give you 10 million. Just go the fuck away. Like, I'm doing real good. I got my podcast. I got my motherfucking liquor, my whiskey. I got, I got my fucking ESPN show. Like, I'm killing it right now.
I got my dudes to fuck.
I'm gonna give you this 10 million. I got these short ass motherfucking sweatpants and shit. So,
tight ass sweatpants and dudes to fuck.
You know, when Tony Busby's involved, he wants all the money. You know what I'm saying? So the girl was like, nah, we want 50 million. And that's the reason why today we're hearing about that. Hollywood, you tell me what you know about this, and we can feed off
what you
each
think,
other.
dog? Talk to us, Hollywood.
I tell you what, man. I mean, I don't know. This ain't the first time Shay Shay been in some gay shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, that shit circles back around. I mean, listen, if I had 10 million to drop on somebody just to shut the fuck up, I would do it, man. But like, I can tell you right now, he's losing money. He's losing money right now. He lost paused. ESPN paused
on these bitches.
His endorsement, that's what I'm saying, man. So you know what, man, and that's the thing, man. It's weird because it seemed like when these people get right at their pinnacle, right? Because I mean, like Zilla said, I mean, Shay Shay is right there, man. Like almost like goddamn, I'm untouchable. Right then is when your ass gets knocked the fuck
I got an opinion on this.
You know what I mean?
I got an opinion on this.
And I think I definitely would have. I would have kept that 10 because I tell you what, man, Shay Shay gonna need it.
Listen, I know one thing, Joe.
I
know one thing.
Go ahead, Breeze, and then we'll go to you, hooligan.
I know one thing, man. The way that nigga look, he gotta pay for pussy, man.
Did y'all see
you know what I'm saying?
Did y'all see the pussy?
He looks like
got
Medea.
to pay for pussy, man.
That's a regular pussy, dog.
He ain't
That's grade A.
He ain't wifing
That's
no
like
bitch up.
motherfucking grade Z.
That Bama do look ashy as shit. But you know,
Go
I
ahead,
mean,
hooligan. Just like chime in, and then we're gonna go back.
He ain't wifing no bitch up, dog. I'm
he
trying
was
to
he was a hell of a ball
today.
player. He's a hell of a ball player, though.
He got to pay for pussy.
He like
go ahead, hooligan.
So he was a tight end, right? He should have been a wide receiver.
Main man be like,
yeah,
I got $20 for pussy, bitch.
like to run them
He
back.
survived the sex tape scandal.
He got to pay for pussy.
He survived the sex tape scandal where they had the video.
That nigga look like Godzilla, dog.
Yo, he should have listened to Monique. He should have listened to Monique.
He don't look like Godzilla to y'all.
Yeah, tell him, Sailor.
That nigga look like
Stop
Godzilla.
messing with them young girls. And she said, you got to find yourself some 40, 50-year-old girl, not these 20-year-old girls. So then I was watching her. I was watching
to rub your feet when she said somebody rub your feet when you get home, cook you dinner. She said you gotta go get yourself a big girl, an auntie.
He better get him an ugly bitch that look like him.
So I was watching a podcast today. And they said this was
You
a
a big, nasty, ugly bitch.
So it's definitely calculated. It's definitely calculated. But I mean, I don't think he's completely innocent either. But it's definitely calculated.
Nah, man.
So hold on, let me finish this up about the girl.
He is suspect, man. The way that nigga dressed, he's suspect like shit.
Hold on, Breeze. Let hooligan jump in here, then I'm gonna come back.
All right, go ahead, dog.
He's guilty of shit.
Guilty of what? But go ahead.
Well, he's just guilty of messing with a 20-something-year-old. But she's
ain't nothing wrong with that.
19.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He is fucking them hoes.
Fucking them hoes.
So they basically said she right now, any negative news is good news. So her OnlyFans, she's not going to get 10 million. She's not going to get 50 million. She's going to get her 15 minutes of fame, and she's getting so many clicks on her OnlyFans right now because everybody wants to jump in and see who this girl is. All these thirsty guys are going, oh, I want to look at this.
Yo, Riddle's going in right now.
Yeah.
She gonna get 15 minutes of fame and some more dick. Yeah, bitch.
And
she's gonna get some paper. She's gonna
get paper.
Straight there, dog.
Saying her return on the dividends just by sleeping with Shannon Sharp and basically going after him and saying,
it'll far exceed. Yeah.
So let's talk about this whole shit. This shit is fun. This shit is fun,
not
right?
cool, Joe.
So hold on, Shannon.
Cool, man.
Shannon didn't do anything wrong, right?
You
so hold on,
that ugly ass nigga.
Hold on. So Shannon didn't do anything wrong, right? The only thing
he didn't do anything illegal.
He paid for the pussy like he was supposed to.
I mean, if he forced her though, Bubs, that's pretty illegal.
Yeah,
but hold on, but that's the thing. So hold on. For those that don't know the story, because we gotta assume when people are watching the show, they don't know the story, right? So
give me a rundown.
The story like this, so they engaged in bondage. They fucking had race play. You know what I mean? She would beat him with a stick and call him fucking Kuta. You know what I'm saying? They engaged in fucking BDSM. Like, you name it. They engaged in that shit, right? So,
what's that, dog?
Like bondage and sadomasochism or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
What is that? You know what that shit means? Sadomasochism?
Yeah, when they put the ball in your mouth and fuck your ass and hands plug and shit.
Choke on this stick, bitch.
You know exactly.
Okay.
So hold on.
It went like, hey, choke on this stick.
It's the same shit I do. I don't call it that though.
Dirty know
But look, this is the thing. So they engaged in all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? And he took care of her because that's what motherfuckers do. They got money. They take care of the bitch, right? So all of a sudden, she's fucking complaining that he fucked her in the ass without a condom.
Oh.
Like, are you telling me that that's where she drew the line? Like, I'm willing to do all that other shit, but if you put it in my ass, that's rape.
So is that what he paid for?
Nope.
I guess he didn't pay for that.
What he paid for? Because I'm saying, man, he pays for pussy, dog.
She might have not been prepared for that shit.
He didn't pay for butthole.
No,
he paid for the pussy, but he didn't pay for the
He was
ass.
paying pussy prices for butthole, and she wasn't having it.
But this is the thing. Just like my childhood friend Jamil, right? He was trying to help this white bitch. She had a small ass, And he was trying to widen the motherfucker for. He was actually giving her a chance to make more money on OnlyFans.
Give me that asshole, bitch.
He pulled out that motherfucking baby arm. I heard that from a white bitch. I fucked this black guy. He pulled out that baby arm. So he pulled out that baby arm on that bitch, and he was like, "You about to get that OnlyFans money now, ho."
You got an asshole like this dude I know.
Because I'll never forget. I'll never forget. I was in 7th grade, and Jamil said,
That's how her part sound.
Jamil said, I fucked that white bitch in her ass, and her ass got bigger.
Good call.
Shout out to my man.
Yo, let's get this shit over with, Bubs.
That's some wild shit right
I need
there,
to get this shit over
dog.
with.
You fucking the asshole and her ass got bigger. It was swollen. That's why she needed some ice.
That motherfucker looked like it was trying to eat. That's a motherfucking Pac-Man ass.
Bullshit, Joe. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying if you gotta fuck a woman in the asshole, if you gotta fuck a woman in the asshole, you know what I'm saying? It's like fucking a dude in the asshole. Everybody got one. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with pussy? Why you gotta fuck her in the asshole?
Facts.
And then somebody comes out the blue and they said that
I think it reminds him of fucking a man.
In his asshole.
I think it reminds him of fucking a man. You know what I'm saying? Let me fuck her in his asshole like I like.
What do they call it? What do they call it? Milking the colon? What is it they call it when they
milking the colon? I never heard that.
Milking the prostate.
I never heard
milking the prostate.
Fucking Shannon said, I like to fuck a bitch and have her milk my prostate.
God damn. What the fuck?
You gonna milk my prostate. You gonna milk my prostate, all right?
As a survivor, go get your tits checked. Seriously.
Damn.
Hold on.
You get a tetanus shot after that shit.
He gets his prostate milked.
Let me tell you something. As a prostate cancer survivor, go get your shit checked. 50-year-old men, go get your blood test done. No joke, but definitely go.
Yeah, well,
go
our
get your
father
shit checked.
just died from prostate cancer a year
so
ago.
true.
I don't find anything funny about that.
That's so true, man.
You know what, Ethel? I got to take a lot of laugh at it because I'm a young guy and I got it. I'm very aggressive. I'm healthy. 1 year this month. 1 year cancer free. But I got to tell everybody.
Nice.
All my brothers here on thing.
Congrats.
Go get your shit checked because I have no idea.
Get your shit checked.
Get your
that
shit
finger
checked.
in your asshole.
Bubs, music time, and then we gotta do some hot
get
shit.
it like it.
I want to see Reno. I want to see Reno sweating. I want to see Reno and Hollywood sweating with them damn hot sauce stuff.
Yo, Hooligan be saying the wildest shit. He trying to see Reno sweat. He's sweating. He's soaking wet. Shake it like a salt shaker. Shake it like a salt shaker.
Put that wife beater on. Let me see you sweat.
We about to get into this. We about to get into this whole being boozled thing right here, man. Power 357.
Hollywood want to do that. Let's go to some music and then we'll come back to the beans.
All right.
Is that
Hey,
cool with
listen.
y'all?
Yeah, man, listen, we'll be right back, all right? Power357radio.com. Hey, the frat boy's gonna rock this shit in a few minutes, all right? Let's go, Bubs.
It's Late Night Lunchin on Power357radio.com.
カニの爪あさるひとつひとつカニの爪あさるひとつひとつ
I used to live on Campbellton Road, Atlanta, GA. Worked at South the Cab Mall, cooking wings all day. Lived through 3 freak nicks while I banged out beats, and I broke down with pushing music in the streets. 2 years later, NYC, summer '97, hip hop history. Making music through the barrels, just a kid from West V, bad boy on the radio on that new Jay-Z. Used to ride through Manhattan, just banging my shit. Me, Blue Santana, West Indy, Big Fish. Off the back of the truck, I got my first NPC in Brooklyn. Now I'm cooking with Grace. Plant my flag in Dove V in 1999. Sound Vision is the crew, storytelling with the rhyme. Universally, we screaming motherfucking West V. Good food, good people, and we got those good trees.
カニの爪あさるひとつひとつカニの爪あさるひとつ
Yeah. I arise from the depths of DC, leaving tracks in MD. Now I move through mountains making tracks in WV. Initials are ME, maybe you've heard of me. Used to go by Enigma, now it's a mystery. History I've rewritten from going slapping the spitting lines I'm delivering on beats, rhymes, low endings. Blood, sweat, and tears from peers trying to reach tears. Things I've seen from years of hanging with mountaineers. Oh, where to pivot from how I was living different. Told you to listen, you didn't, so now I'm livid. It's not like I'm speaking a language you couldn't get with. You just haven't opened your eyes to see the vision. Should've seen in 2020 I'm the one that's descended. Now everything sucks and you schmucks are codependent. It's the eye of the storm that I warned you before. Cause by 2024 I want what's mine and yours. Enigma.
カニの爪あさる一つ
Pikachu! Power357radio.com. We are Late Night Lunches here, man. Every Saturday from 9 to 11. Ooh, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Last week, for those that don't know, the whites engaged the white team. I can't say the whites. The white team.
Caucasians.
No, we're the white team. It sounds like we're playing basketball. The white team engaged in eating the nastiest fucking jelly beans of all times. But
This white guy is out. This white guy's out.
tonight, the black team will eat the hottest shit. Because you know how the black team does. They keep it hot.
Hey, yo,
Shout
that's
it.
racist as shit, yo.
I said the black team. Fuck you.
The niggas.
The niggas, it's the niggas.
I'm just saying, dog. I'm just fucking with y'all.
No, but it was, if you don't remember, last week it was the white team plus G Major.
Hey, yeah,
So
man.
now it's the black team plus Bubs.
I could have said the Cowboys, but I didn't do that.
Bob said he's eating one.
All right, so
Bubs on the right team.
Let me get the spinner ready. Ready. Okay, everybody, y'all got your. I can't hear you, Hollywood. You're muted, brother. You're muted, my brother.
I hear. Hold on. Does Breeze have his fucking his bean?
Yeah, I told him because he's really sensitive to hot shit. So I told him like he could stop when he wants. He can bitch out when he wants.
Oh no, man! Get the fuck out of here!
Y'all ain't got no pussy.
I'm here to do it. I'm here to
Y'all
do
ain't got no pussy flavored jelly beans, man. I
Get
eat
this shit
those.
over with.
I ate them shits.
Breeze was laughing. He was laughing his ass off last week. Now all of a sudden he want to bitch out now.
No, I agree with you, bro.
Now fuck that.
All right, let's start. How we get it? Let's go.
Does Spade have his?
I'm gonna eat this burger.
Spade, do you have yours?
Hey, Spade, do you got one?
No, I don't.
All right, hey, G Major. G Major, did you get one, G Major?
Spade,
he was with y'all last week.
Last week, and she don't have to do it. But
I know, I don't either, but I want to. Did you get one, G? We can't hear you, my brother. You're muted.
Yo.
You want a soda or anything?
Hey, yo. Buckmaster.
Okay. I'm gonna get
G said, fuck y'all. I'm with the white team, motherfuckers. You don't remember?
G did that shit last week.
Y'all ready?
Buck's got his. Buck has his. Doesn't he?
All right, let's do this.
Bucky got his.
Buck, do you got yours with you?
Buck's always been part of the black team.
I did mine. I did mine last week. Remember? I did all of
You
them.
can still do it.
Oh,
So,
yeah, he
G
said
Major,
that shit off.
Jimmy
I'm
doesn't
in
have
Bucky's right
He's
now.
in a store right now. G Major's in a store. He's in Bucky's.
Hey, Dirty,
man.
Dirty, spin it, man.
All right, I got you. You ready? Dirty, you spin it. I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna give you the sound effect.
All right, spin it.
We can't even see it. How do we even know what color it is?
He'll tell
right.
us.
Orange, habanero, orange.
Habanero. All right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Habanero.
I'm not eating that shit, Joe. Man, crazy. You crazy. Which one?
Come on, Breeze, man.
shit is
Stop
seafood
bitching
to
out,
me,
man. God damn
motherfucker.
it.
Man,
Come
I'm
on,
not
Breeze.
eating this bullshit,
Yeah,
man. What the
Breeze
fuck
got
I
it,
look
man.
like,
Come
man?
on, man. Northeast Brawler.
Nah.
Oh,
Northeast
man.
Brawler.
I'm trying to
You
smoke
breathe
this
tonight,
joint.
motherfucker.
I'm trying to smoke.
Man, hit that joint when
All
you hit
right,
it.
man. Let me see.
So
man.
Hollywood, you go ahead and count. Oh, Hollywood's eating it. Ready, go.
Yeah,
I already
man.
ate it.
Yeah.
I already ate it.
But we can't see you, so how the fuck do we know?
Oh, this
yeah.
motherfucker hot dog. Oh nah, I can't do this.
God damn.
Oh nah, I can't do this, dog.
I ate all these before. I ate all the other ones before.
God damn. Woo, motherfucker.
Oh nah, dog.
Oh shit.
I'm about to die. I'm about to die, son.
What's the next flavor? Spin it.
Oh no, somebody need to give motherfucking Breeze resuscitation.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Y'all motherfuckers is crazy as hell.
Hey,
eating this
we
bullshit.
like that luncheon and we playing Pac-Man.
Breeze just licked the tip and shit. He's burning up.
It's good. It's good.
That Bama said it's good.
All right, here we go.
I like it. I'm gonna put it on my wings.
Yeah.
Oh nah, y'all gonna have
I
that.
can feel that shit in my ears, y'all.
That's what she said.
Which one?
Which one is it? Did you spin it?
No.
I got it. Let me do it. All right,
you
do it. All right.
Off to the wall.
Oh shit. Nah,
Off to the wall.
I gotta do it again. The habanero.
Just in case you
It's
don't touch some
habanero.
of Becky's nuts.
Do it again. Do it
It's
again.
habanero. It's habanero. Ready? 1,
Go.
2, 3.
Green, please. Please, green. Please, green.
Y'all gonna hate my fucking guts, man.
Cayenne.
Carolina Reaper.
It's the Carolina Reaper.
Which one is that?
Motherfucker. It's the worst motherfucking one. It's that. It's the red. It's the red and black. The red one with
This
the black. With the black dots on it. Yep, the red one with the black dots on
It's
it.
time to get sweat, you dirty bitches.
Hold on, Reno, it's this one. It's
I got
this
it. I mean,
They about to be sweating like some hogs.
one. All right, Bob, you ready?
All right.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Fuck, man.
You on the wrong side of the Anunnaki, bub.
That ain't about it.
These joints are actually good.
Flavor, but they're hot as fuck, bro.
What the fuck?
Now that you're a Neanderthal, bitch.
Oh shit.
Hollywood might have some Neanderthal blood too. Look at him.
Yo, what the fuck is going on with y'all?
Oh, fuck.
That shit is fucking hot as fuck, bro.
Y'all, the nasty ones are worse. I ate all those too.
God damn. Yo.
Nah, bro.
Yo, I used to have to eat these. We used to eat these at Cole's all the time.
That shit's fucked up, bro. Breeze, you fucked up. Nah,
You want me
damn.
to spin the next one?
Yeah, that y'all would kill Breeze. Breeze might
You
have
want me
to
to spin
took
the
out
next
the
one?
stretcher.
Yeah, man, fuck that bullshit, man. Y'all motherfuckers tripping. Bub's over here about to die.
Y'all want to do another one?
You can. Go ahead, Reno.
You want to spin it?
You crash test dummy. Fuck that shit.
All right.
These motherfuckers here.
Sriracha.
Bubs is
Sriracha.
about to fucking die.
You heard me? Sriracha.
Sriracha?
No
Yeah.
more late night luncheon.
What's
Bubs
the red one? Oh my God.
what?
Sriracha.
Hold on. Reno, is it this one? The red one?
Yeah, the all red one. Sriracha. See?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's gonna taste like mayo.
Oh my God.
You guys got to describe this a little bit so the people.
Reno, what's it taste like, Reno?
I mean, it tastes like
peppers.
It tastes like
Jalapeno.
I'm quite sure.
Tabasco.
Yeah, Tabasco sauce.
Tabasco sauce.
Tabasco.
Jack, I can't do it.
Like Texas Pete or like,
know what?
like Chipotle.
You know
It's
what?
fucking hot,
Just-
bro.
hey,
It won't go
listen.
away.
Yo, just for the hell of it.
You need some milk, you dirty bitch.
Yeah,
Just drink some and it won't go away.
Yo, just for the hell of it, I'm gonna try the green one. We never tried the green one. Just for the
What's
hell of it.
what is the green one? Jalapenos?
Yeah.
Oh, that one ain't gonna be that bad. That one again.
Jalapeno.
Yeah, jalapeno.
Hey, bro.
Y'all can
All right,
have that
this one tastes
shit.
like ass.
It's some bread, y'all. This is fucked up, man. This is real fucked up.
Yeah, this is really fucked up. It won't go away, Hollywood.
You gotta get some milk, man. The only thing that gets rid of hot shit is milk.
Get some bread.
Bread. Uh-huh. Yeah. God damn, yo, I'm out. I'm out.
All right, that's
Eat
it.
some bread.
You ain't fucking with some water.
No, water's not good for hot things. It has to be either milk or
bread.
bread.
I'm telling y'all, eat some bread.
Now, what the fuck is Bubby? Is that fucking like baklava or some shit?
He's eating a glizzy. Hey, Squirrels, he's eating a glizzy.
Glizzy gang.
Oh shit! God damn! No,
Yo, speaking of glizzies, man. So since I see the
Bring the
challenge is
motherfucking
winding
challenge.
down, let's talk
Bring
about
the
motherfucking Kanye West.
Oh my God.
Oh, dick sucker.
I sucked dick for 6 years.
Hey,
Yo,
Bub,
this
hey, Bub,
shit is
eat
crazy.
some bread, Bub.
Did you see the latest tweet?
I sucked a mean dick for 6 years.
His latest tweet was, I didn't actually
8
get my
years.
mouth wired shut because of the accident. I got it wired shut so I would stop sucking dick. That's fucking hilarious, yo. My man said, I couldn't stop sucking dick, so I went to the doctor and got him to fucking wire my mouth shut. That is incredible.
No, I don't suck dick no more.
The retard.
Yeah, fucking yay.
The retard.
Fucking yay.
Yeah, exactly.
What did he say in that tweet? What was the tweet?
I sucked my cousin's dick for 8 years.
And then he made a song about it. He didn't just say in the tweet that he sucked his cousin's dick
sucked
until he was 14. He actually made a song about it.
So much dick.
You dirty bitches.
Yo, he's a fucking clown.
This Kanye West shit is crazy. So what he actually said in the tweet for those that, don't know.
Help us out.
He basically said that his cousin was locked up.
Mm-hmm.
That he feels like I think it was like rape or sexual assault or some shit like that, right? But he feels like feel like it's his fault because he's the one that put his cousin onto pornography at a young age. And when his cousin was 6 years old, they started looking at the porno magazines in his dad's dresser. But then they journeyed over to Mama's closet and
you want to do this?
The same sex porno mags, and he decided that him and his cousins should try to emulate what they were seeing in Mom's mags. And I guess
I'm gonna be mom and you be dad.
Two dudes fuck each other.
Right. Yep.
I'm gonna be mom and you be dad. Fuck the shit out of me, okay?
She liked to look at gay porn magazines, so she would get the magazines that had two dudes fucking, giving each other fucking
and that's generational trauma right there. It's generational trauma right there.
She fucked him up.
Because she fucked him up, but who knows where she came from? Because she was a fucked up bitch in the head, and she raised a fucked up cock eating fucking.
Mama look nasty. Who the fuck will fuck her?
But listen,
nasty than a motherfucker.
But listen though, why wouldn't why doesn't Diddy's mother? Why doesn't Diddy get that same benefit of the doubt?
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier.
His mother.
I wouldn't fuck his mama either.
But his mother fucked him up too, though. I mean, like
his mama nasty than a mama.
She did.
There is an element of generational trauma which we pass off to our next generations down if we don't fucking unfuck.
Like your Wi-Fi.
Right. There's a lot of weird shit going on out there, and I can happily say that I wasn't part of it.
Talk about it.
That's what I'm saying. I can happily say that I wasn't part of it.
Oh, you got some daddy issues.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing to take to the grave.
You know what I can say is I remember I really resented my stepfather. Like I really fucking hated that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like he was like kind of abusive. But now that I'm a father, like he was just trying to steer me in the right direction. But because he wasn't my dad, I'm like, fuck you, guy. You're not my dad. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. if you're not the real father, if you're not the biological, you're like, fuck you, man. You can't say that to me. I'm gonna tell my mommy on you.
Right.
Suck my dick, Dad.
No, that's some Kanye shit. But you know the crazy thing about Kanye, is he tells you this story, right? He tells you this story about sucking his cousin's dick until he's 14, and then he comes out the next day. He comes out the next day, right? And he says, "Is it cool if I say faggot now that I suck dick?"
God damn. I guess so.
Is it cool? Can I say that now
Yeah,
when I'm talking about other
you
people?
are a certified dick sucker. Yes, you can say it now. You can say it.
You
yes.
cock-licking motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're right though, right?
It's not offensive if you say it, kind of.
It is. It's a generational fucking tragedy, man. Like we shouldn't be doing this crazy shit in front of our kids. You know what I'm saying?
So you think his daughter sucking dick?
My daughter's an angel.
I mean, you said
My
it's
daughter goes to
generational. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
you think his
Space said
daughter
that.
sucking? I mean, you think his daughter sucking dick? Like,
So I can tell you this. I've known people in the past that were abused. Okay. I've known people in the past that were abused. I've known.
We can do this, Dad.
I've known kids that were abused by their uncles.
Damn.
And those same kids actually abused like their little brothers. So 100% abuse leads to abuse.
Yeah.
Unless you find a way to overcome the mental, of it, and you break the cycle.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing, man. It is. It's a real. I mean, I can't tell you how many dirty bitches I done known. That,
how you break the cycle? You want to know how you break the cycle?
How do you
when
break
you
the
find
cycle?
Kids.
When you find these fuckers, you tell the liberals to get their fucking dicks out their asses and you fucking put them to death. Pedophiles, death penalty, end of story, no questions asked.
Bring back domestic violence.
Fucking that's how you do that shit. Get rid of these pedophiles, the death penalty. All these fucking liberal wingnecks who keep protecting all these criminals and all this fucking bail reform. You know what? There's a place for it in some respects. Absolutely, when you're talking about pedophiles, there is no redemption, no nothing. Death penalty, 1,000%. Not even no. You 22 in the back of the head, make it painful, make it hurt. Done. Have a nice day. That's I rest my case on that one. So fuck them people.
Okay, so since you wanted to bring up the liberals, I was waiting for this. Because I knew you was gonna bring something up, and then I can hit you with this one, right?
Okay.
So let me fucking scan through. I'm not even gonna say the bitch name. I'm just gonna tell the story because I can't see it right now because I'm too motherfucking drunk.
Right.
So she's some kind of fucking, I don't know, governor or fucking some kind of Congress person in fucking Nevada, right?
All right.
And this bitch basically was laundering money, right? She basically she paid for her daughter's wedding. She not only did she pay for her daughter's wedding, she also paid for her plastic surgery. Do I know her name? No, I don't give a fuck what her name is. But
surgery?
Trump partner.
He pardoned this dirty bitch.
He pardoned this bitch?
The fuck?
What?
So what do you got to say about that, hooligan?
I just heard about that tonight, so I don't know nothing what's behind the story. I don't know none of it. I just heard about it before I got on here with you.
I know nothing about this story, but I'll sit there and tell you this. My general consensus on all this shit is fuck them people.
Your general consent is crazy. What does that even mean, bro?
General consensus, my consensus is that fuck them people. If you know what? If you're a criminal, you're a criminal. I don't think these pardons for the, like, we're gonna get into this to talk about the people that have all this crazy shit with the, they're and Bums and I talked about this before as well. We've gone off the rail on this about innocent people, and we know the justice system is fucking fucked up. The whole freaking prisons for fucking money shit. But you talk about these assholes that get this fucking political connection free shit. Fuck them, and I don't think it should be done.
It sounds like you need to take another shot, my guy.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Come on, bro.
Hey,
come on,
let's
bro.
have a little fun, man. How many
Let's
people
have a
have
little
saw?
fun, man. I'm
How
on this
many
joint.
people
I'm
have
late.
saw
I'm
the
tapping in
Katy
a little
Perry
late.
game?
I'm tapping in late. I'm a little drunk. Let's get it.
How many
Let's go.
people have seen the
What's up,
Katy Perry game?
You said
Has
I kissed the
anybody
girl.
seen
You
this
said I
shit?
kissed the girl and I liked it.
So check this shit out.
All
So
day
it's
long.
going
Better
around
than
the
saying it's
socials
hurt,
right
poke one
now.
in the ass.
So basically what's going on is everybody's kind of making these comments about Katy Perry, right? So check this out.
Okay.
I just heard that Katy
Oh,
Perry
mean nothing
picked
to
up
me.
a crayon and now she's better than Banksy.
What?
Because Katy Perry, after fucking taking a roller coaster ride, she went around and told everybody she was an astronaut, right? And that's what inspired this game. So I just heard that Katy Perry kissed a girl, and now she's a lesbian. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So check this out. So I just heard Katy Perry use the microwave, and now she's a Michelin star chef.
Oh shit! Wow.
Oh my god.
So guess what? I just heard that Katy Perry jumped in the pool, and now she's an Olympic diver.
Yeah.
This is fun. I just heard that Katy Perry drove past a hospital,
Yo,
and
shouts
guess
out
what?
to Dexter, bro. Shouts out to Dexter.
Now she's a neurosurgeon.
Hey, Ethel. Fuck you doing, Ethel?
Hey, I just heard that Katy Perry went to church, and now she's God.
You know,
God
I gotta
damn
say
it,
something.
man.
I gotta say something. You know what?
When did
I
you
had
hear
to have
about
a chat-
Katy Perry?
I know, but I gotta talk about B for a second. Fuck you, B, because every time I play you in Call of Duty, you steal my fucking kills and you take my sniper shots. Fuck you. That's
Hey,
get
look,
that out of the way
man.
right there.
Look, man. Hey, you know what they say, man? If you can't beat them, join them. God damn it.
Fuck you.
He said,
So
fuck you.
Get on here, Bubs. We gotta get on freaking.
Hey, come on, bro.
Death
I'm a
Cloud.
Call
motherfucker.
of
Hey, look.
Duty.
On the game, I'm a sniper. In real life, I'm a lover.
Hey, Bubs, we gotta get
Exactly.
on.
Come on, man. I'll take a drink to that, bro. I try to get 15 kills a game. God damn it.
I like this one.
Yo, real quick before we go on, just so I'm letting them know when we finish this, I'm trying to get on. Just letting you know.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, well, I'm trying to get on every night of my life. God damn it.
I'm talking about Call of Duty.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm talking about.
I think B talking about Kanye West.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I've been sucking dick since I was 14.
For 8 years.
Yo,
Sucking a mean one.
Hey, look, 8 years is crazy. What's crazy is that he learned something every year, and so he's a master at that shit.
Oh my God! Like Kanye,
Can you
taking it
imagine
to a
getting
whole
head from
level.
the same person for
Who
8
thought
years,
Kim
bro?
K knew what she was doing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but the weird part to me is, okay, fine. You know, it's fucked up, you know, and I agree with you, Sailor. Like, I agree with you. I think back of the head, 22, make it painful, they out of here. Then it ends the generational shit, right? Yeah. But if you're 14 years old, I mean, at this point, you know 8, 9, 10, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's fucked up. It sounds terrible what I'm getting ready to say, but by the time you fucking 11 and 12 and 13 and 14, that shit's consensual.
Bro,
You
at 14 years old,
dick.
you should be considered a pedophile.
You sucking dick.
Can I suck your dick?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, at 14, you should be
at
big.
14, bro, you should be big.
Let me suck it.
You should be big. You should be big enough and strong enough. You should be big enough and strong enough to fuck that motherfucker up.
No bullshit.
Okay,
You
so the way
cannot
I
make
took
me
this,
suck your dick. At
You know,
14
years old.
At 14 years old, you could not make me suck your dick.
So hold on. So the way I took this, I'm not taking this as he made him suck his dick. I'm thinking that both of these guys, you know, they were both young at the same time. I feel like they were around the same age.
But he wasn't receiving, though. He was giving. He was giving. He wasn't receiving.
No, I get that, but I feel like they were the same age, right? But because of the magazines they saw from
me
the
like
mom,
dad does
they
mom.
were just like, yo, let's see what this shit's all about, right? So my whole thing about it is I don't feel like
Kanye West is a dick sucker.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what it is. I don't think it's pedophilia.
Dick sucker, always a dick sucker.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I like how you do me, Daddy.
It's not. Yeah, it's not pedophilia. Right?
Even at 14.
I feel like
Even at 14.
No, because they
because
both were 14. They both were.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I
But what I find is
I can't say.
Yeah.
Okay, if they
I've been-
both 14, then it's just gay.
That's
You can't say that the chick raped me. No, you did that shit willingly. You did that shit consensually.
The problem was somebody
motherfucker,
was liking that
Kanye
shit.
cousin was gangster as shit, Joe. He was like, "Look, you gonna be the mom. I'm gonna be the dad, nigga."
You a whole motherfucking pole smoking meat licking thing.
Kanye can't help the fact that he got Diddy that
Kanye
12.
smoking pole.
No bullshit.
Is he going to pivot now because everybody's crushing him?
What do you mean?
Look, my
pivot?
thing is, bro,
What do
my
you
thing
mean
is, if you
pivot?
did that shit, why wouldn't you
Oh,
take
he
that shit to
already
the grave
pivoted.
with you,
That's
bro?
what I'm
He
saying.
done pivoted
14
a while
years old.
ago.
Why
For
wouldn't you
8
take that
years
shit
he
to
was
the grave
pivoting.
with you? How the fuck
pivoted
you got to
his
tell the whole
motherfucking
world
back.
you did that shit?
And that's what I don't understand with that motherfucker. Like I don't understand. I feel like he's a sensationalist, man.
Like,
I feel
think
like
for
he
real,
only
I
puts
think
that shit out there just to get a reaction, man.
Yeah, but what reaction?
I
But
think
you're
that's what it's
Kanye West.
about.
What reaction do you fucking need?
Agreed.
It's
I
silly.
agree.
But I
It's
think
silly.
it makes him relevant. I think that he is all about relevance. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what?
You
Today
50
he
years
came
old,
out.
bro. How much relevance you need?
I mean, that's his new shit. He's a troll. So he came out today and he basically said
He's got a little
that
bit of
he
bitch in him.
wished that all his kids was by Paris Hilton and not Kim K.
Wow. For
Damn.
I'm just saying. So
got a
this
little
is what he does. He's constantly
Skinny bitches.
Yeah, he's constantly. Yeah, go ahead, Zilla. Yeah,
Skinny
he's
bitches
constantly.
with
Yeah,
skinny
he's
bitches with
always
fat
trying.
titties, bro.
That's
That he
some,
can
that's
get
some,
anybody
that's some,
to
that's some girl. That's some female shit.
anybody that he can get to just listen to his fucking platform, man. That's it.
Just listen.
That's it, man.
Well, but that's that whole elite fucking Hollywood elite shit where they're forced to have people fucking look at them and say, "Oh, I have to be relevant to somebody." You know, look at everybody in this room. We don't give a fuck about relevance to any of that shit, but these people thrive on that, and all of a sudden nobody's talking about me. Oh my God, I got nobody's talking about me. I got to be the next thing to talk about. So,
Well, Sarah, I have to disagree with you though. I mean, I'm Hollywood.
You are Hollywood, but yeah,
Hollywood.
Yeah, I gotta disagree. I'm messing with you, but I hear you though, no doubt.
you know, but that whole group of people, they have to be relevant to something. So, you know, and the problem is becoming unrelevant means a death sentence to their career and their money flow.
Exactly.
You know, so young Yeezy,
So much money.
Why tell the world you suck dick for 8 years?
Yeah, you
looking,
don't have to.
he's
You don't
looking
have
for the
to.
mob
So he
support.
can
I
sell,
suck dick for
sell another million albums.
You know,
I want to hear him
Is-
rap about him sucking dick.
Is he still making records?
You making everybody gay listening to that shit.
His fans, they're gonna buy the shit.
He dropped a song called Cousins about sucking his cousin's dick. Yes,
Stop, dog.
Did you
Stop.
ever hear it? But you ever
It's
hear
called
about how Jamie
Cousins.
Foxx-
It's called Cousins. He said, I sucked
swear,
my
I
dick.
swear,
I
that's
sucked
what it
my
is,
cousin's dick until I'm 14.
I gotta hear that
Damn.
shit. I gotta hear that shit. Is that what he said?
damn.
Is that what he
Yeah,
said?
that's exactly what he said.
Have you ever
God
heard Jamie
damn,
Foxx?
dog.
You ever heard Jamie Foxx
Yeah.
talk about the time he met Kanye
That's
and how
nut
like it
ass
was,
shit right there.
you know,
No, hold on. I want to hear. Go ahead, Tiller.
But you talk about Jamie Foxx, the first time he actually met Kanye, when Kanye came into the studio, and how they said, you know, he, in his younger years, he was a lyricist. He was a musical genius. And at some
He
point
was
in
also
time,
a dick sucker.
well, you know, hey, you do you, boo. I don't care. You know, it don't affect me none. But you know, like what you do in your bedroom, I don't give a fuck. Just leave me the hell out of it. But you know, that's my general consensus in life. You know, just leave the fuck people alone. Do what you want to do. But you know, talk about him. It's like, so now he's had so many years of being a billionaire, being relevant. Oh, I got shoes. I got a clothesline. I married Kim Kardashian. Why the fuck he did that? Crazy thing. But so he's not relevant.
Hold on. Kanye cousin be like, yo, Kanye suck a mean one.
He like Kanye got that guap guap.
Let's go, Mike.
That gawk. Yeah, he got that gawk. I can't believe he put that shit on wax, yo. That shit's on wax. That shit is forever. That shit's forever.
But is he placating to the current trends in this country where, you know, is he going to come out as being binary next?
I think he is.
You know?
I'm actually expecting that.
Here we go.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, I'm expecting it too. Like
It's non-binary, not binary.
Listen,
It's
y'all.
not binary.
It's It's too many
You're
goddamn
binary,
names.
motherfucker.
It's too many goddamn names to remember. It's too many names to remember.
Do y'all
Here's
want to hear the song?
the ones in my world. I'm binary.
Let's play the fucking Cousins record here on Power 357 Radio.
Let's hear it.
Do y'all want
Let's
to
hear
hear
it.
the song?
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right, hold on.
I like this.
He got a little bit of bitch in him, bitch in him, bitch in him. He got a little bit of bitch in him.
Settle down, Mike.
It sounds fucked up, Bugs. It sounds fucked up. It sounds fucked up. It sounds fucked up, man.
Very distorted. There you go.
Anyway, like for real, it sounds fucked up too. Anyway.
No, run it back from the beginning, man. We want to hear all about him giving his cousin
But
head.
that don't even sound like him. Why is he rapping like that? What the fuck is up with him? That's
he doesn't rap anymore. He sings with auto-tune now. That's his new shit.
Oh.
Give his cousin head.
Hey, yo, y'all can hear me now?
I won't be playing that at my wedding.
He say something about KY. Fuck KY, you're so gay.
That's how you know you got a fucking retard in your butt.
But wait a minute though. Wait, he's saying I get cousin head.
No, he said I gave my cousin head.
Isn't that incest right there?
But it said the lyrics are right there. It said I get
my cousin head.
I
gave my cousin.
No, but the words the captions were I get my cousin head.
Hold on. Major wants to talk about this. Go ahead, Major.
Talk about it.
Tell us all about Kanye giving his cousin head.
You know, I ain't know if y'all can hear me or not. Hey, I'm out here live on the spot. My background just chose G, but I'm out here in the projects down here.
Kanye right there?
Nah, Kanye ain't right. My man Ruckus out here
give
with
you
me.
head,
We're gonna have to spotlight him and his team later on. They're trio, a hip hop trio. But,
That's what's up.
Yeah, make it move.
Niggas be rapping and shit.
I'm in Gilmore.
Okay, shout out to Gilmore Projects, Baltimore City. What up?
Hey, you knuckleheads.
Yeah, so the Kanye joint.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
What you think about Kanye sucking his cousin's dick? Gave his cousin head. He gave his cousin head.
I want to know what his cousin's saying when he saw it. When he in there, like they like, yo, you hear what your cousin said? He said he been hitting you off for years, man. Man, he don't know what he talking about. Y'all know he crazy.
Yeah, because he in the box right now.
Yeah, I want to know how that went. Yeah, but yeah, Kanye is strategically funny as hell. That's all I can say. He's strategically funny as hell.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
He's probably getting a bunch of LBGQ XYZ fans right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he can relate. He really can relate.
Alphabet
community. You know what though? He might be trying to tap into that. Like, who knows? It sounds weird as a motherfucker. That shit weird, man. That shit's
definitely weird. I can't.
Was that really his song though, or is that some bullshit? Skrills.
I think it is.
No, that's really his song.
That's crazy.
Is it AI? Is it AI created by AI?
No, it's Kanye 100% because he been tweeting about it and everything.
Oh,
it is a good question. You never know nowadays, but it is a good question. I ain't mad at it.
It don't sound like him. That's a damn sure. You know.
I gave my cousin head. Crazy auto tune, like all the way up. Auto tune was
okay. All right, so
that's like I kissed a girl and I liked it.
It's a little.
That is
crazy. I gave
crazy.
my cousin head version.
It's a lot.
That shit's crazy.
It's a lot worse than that.
I say Kanye. If I wash my dick off, would you suck it?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I gave Spade head. I gave Spade head. That's what he gonna say.
I gave my cousin head.
How the fuck did this motherfucker? How the fuck this motherfucker go from flashing lights and all falls down and all these motherfucking bangers even have all these joints that I
he
gave
had
my
some
cousin
bangers,
the
all right.
head. It don't make no fucking sense, man. Motherfuckers crazy, man.
I feel
That
you,
shit don't make
Hollywood.
no fucking sense, yo. Word up. Like, that
None
shit
at all.
crazy.
I gave my cousin head.
That shit crazy, man.
It's all good.
But he is fucking crazy though. So that's just
Wow, shit, dog.
No, he ain't crazy. He ain't crazy because you know what? Smart motherfuckers sound like crazy
he's calculating. He's
Yo, she ain't got
calculating.
no top teeth now.
He's
Sound like
calculating. He's
smart
calculating.
motherfuckers.
He's
Yeah, I said,
calculating.
I was like, yo, she on that still
You know
talking
what's
shit.
funny? Hold on, I got something. He fucking
Mother
Kardashian.
Lunchin.
That's why he's crazy. Look at Caitlyn Jenner. You fucking Kardashian, you go fucking nuts.
But
You
he
go
was
nuts.
crazy
You go nuts.
before. He was crazy when he was 14, sucking his cousin's dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy as hell.
Especially
Well, see, I used to think that
He was a
like
crazy
his mom
that's
died
sex.
made him crazy.
that's
Boy,
right,
that's
bro.
sex.
I just think the same
He was
thing.
a
His mom
crazy
died.
dick sucker.
Now we know it's
He was
not.
crazy. He was crazy long before that shit.
Crazy dick sucking ass nigga.
Crazy.
Crazy. Way before that.
Or Skrilla
Long before that. Yeah.
Good God.
What'd you say?
No.
What you eating, hooligan, man? You over there munching on some what? Some
Hooligan.
nuts?
I'm fucking hungry as shit. You know, you gotta drink, you gotta eat, you know.
Double bag of legs.
Bag of legs,
I
baby.
just
Said some nuts.
Hey, buddy.
I just had some chicken
Got
wings with
him.
lemon sauce and fries.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
The hooligan.
Word.
Yo.
Who was cooking last week? Is that Hollywood who was cooking last week?
Nah, that was Reno and
That was
shit.
Reno.
Reno. Where's Reno?
And his
cooking?
wife
What you
beat
making
her.
tonight? Reno
And
got
it's
cooked
Chris
this week.
Brown.
That nigga making pot pies tonight.
Bean pies.
Turkey pot pies.
Them goddamn chicken wings was looking good as a motherfucker. I know that much.
Them banquet joints.
Hey, Skrills.
Yeah.
Skrills. Hey, Skrills, did you hear about that lady? Did you hear about that lady who
What lady?
that lady accused Jeffrey Epstein and shit? She died of quote unquote suicide.
Yeah, I heard about that,
Brother,
Joe.
that was the one who said she was with Prince Andrew.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not only that's a thing to note, right? Not
She was
only did she
assassinated?
accuse Jeffrey Epstein, but she actually said that Jeffrey Epstein pretty much sold her when she was underage to Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Prince Andrew. Yeah, Prince. I don't
Give me
understand how
$20. You fuck this bitch.
This dude Andrew, he been skating for a minute, but this motherfucker is like, yeah, I think he's next, man. For real. Like
Who,
Andrew.
Prince Andrew?
Yeah, that's a dirty motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
is that the king? No, the king is Charles, right? So
Charles,
which one
his
is
brother,
Andrew?
his older brother,
They fucking all them hoes.
or younger brother, his younger brother.
Them that royal dick.
Like, give me $20. You can fuck this bitch. Come on.
Because he was all in all those reports. His name popped up in all those Jeffrey Epstein joints. With Ghislaine and Ghislaine, whatever her name is, and all the
Ghislaine. Jizz.
Ghislaine.
You think that was her nickname, the Jizz?
But let me ask you this though. This is some psychological shit for you here, bro.
Let's call it a Jizz, but go ahead.
Okay. So George Santos got sentenced for 7 years in jail, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I heard.
But this motherfucker went home. He's home. Like
I'm gonna fuck my wife.
He doesn't get sentenced.
He ain't got no wife.
He don't serve until August.
I'm gonna go fuck my man.
Exactly.
But think about that though. It's like it's crazy. You got sentenced. You got your sentence, and then you got to fucking leave and do a press conference, and then you'll report to jail in like 4 fucking months. Like that's
Hey Hollywood, that sounds like some shit you would do, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Hey, listen, if I get
sentenced,
sentenced,
you would do.
Hey, because I'm Hollywood, I can't do it. So he must be Hollywood too. But that's just but think about it. Just knowing for the next 3 months that you got 7 years to fucking serve. If you whatever time you give me, I'm gonna do that shit now. Like motherfucker sentence me, and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go home.
Why did he get 3 months? That bitch should be fucking locked up in jail and fucking in
exactly.
He paid for that. He paid for them 3 months. He gonna do heroin. He gonna do fentanyl.
Right, he gonna have the time.
He gonna do everything.
Have the time of my life. He gonna be dirty dancing like a motherfucker.
No bullshit, dog. For 3 months.
Men,
months.
women, shit. Kanye West, he don't give a fuck.
Kanye West, but hey, he might be up in that joint.
Might get his dick sucked by Kanye.
Right before he goes in.
Yeah,
but why would Kanye say that he had to wire his mouth shut so that he could stop sucking dick? That means he liked it.
I loved it so much I just couldn't stop.
Damn, man. Hey,
my dentist had to help me.
I want to make this statement for all of the bitches that's out here watching the show.
Yeah.
Be more like Kanye West. Like sucking dick
like
so
sucking
much.
dick. Yeah.
You got to wire your mouth shut not to suck dick, you dirty bitch.
Just don't wire your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
just
suck the dick.
So you can keep sucking dick. Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
And shit, if you got shit swinging between your legs, you ain't got no business sucking no dick. Get your ass out of here.
Hey, yo.
He found out Kanye like to suck dick more than bitches.
Goofy ass nigga.
Hey, yo, did y'all hear about that dude? He beat his son and killed him. His son was thirsty, apparently. He was 6 years old.
Oh, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy.
Take the trash out, nigga.
And his son was thirsty, and he was drinking out of the toilet.
What?
And he went and beat him and like stuffed his head and then beat his head on the fucking toilet and killed him, bro.
Yo, that kid must have been retarded, yo, or he was like totally neglected. So basically, what happened?
I would think.
So basically, what happened is this kid was so thirsty that he decided to drink out of the toilet, right?
Oh.
So the mom starts beating him, like, "What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you drinking out of the toilet, motherfucker?" And then the dad spasses the fuck out, and he beats the kid so bad that the kid died, yo.
Wow.
Where this happened at?
Yeah.
Florida.
It
was Tampa Tide did that shit.
That's regular shit in Florida. That is regular shit in Florida.
Hey, Sarah, line him up. 22. He goes too. So like he goes. He's in the same fucking. He's in the same fucking line as this fucking pedophile. Same fucking line.
He's a little retarded kid. You said.
No, I'm just assuming maybe the kid was retarded. You know what I mean? But he could have been thirsty.
Drinking out the toilet. Yeah.
So Bubs and I were talking about a little thing we want to do about whiskey and murder. So we drinking whiskey. So let me tell you guys, like, I've been a medic for 35 years. I've been a death investigator for 20 years. I have a case that I can't talk about that because it's still actually in the courts. But I can't tell you how many times I've almost begged the prosecutors and the cops, because I'm not a cop, to give me fucking an hour with these shit bags that kill their kids. Give me 1 fucking hour. I said, I'm not a cop. I'm not thinking. It's like, I'll get you that confession. I said, I got 4 kids. I got a grandbaby. They're the most. I have no idea. So we got. Hey, Mike, you want to play a song real quick? And we're going to segue into whiskey and murder, and I'll tell you about a case I had 20 years ago, and we'll talk about this thing, because I have no patience for anybody in this world that harms a child. None whatsoever. Play a song, Mike, and we'll come right back, and let me jump into this. Let me get a little bit of sipping going on here, and then we'll come back, and we all want to do a whiskey and murder. What do y'all think about that?
Let's get it, man, because after we come back, we got like 10 minutes.
All right, let's do whiskey and murder. We'll round it out with whiskey and murder. So play a song real quick. We'll come back in here, and I'll show you what I'm drinking tonight, and we'll talk about the case that I can't. My first case. 35 years ago.
Radio.com.
So fly, I'm in the sky. I'm on rock, so fly. Chief Floyd Water, voice of the source. So fly, I'm in the sky. From the tip top, real hip hop, no drip drop, no lip lock, no snitch ops, no bitch cops, only pure energy when the beat drops. No, I'm not yo, amigo, I'm more like yo big bro. I rip egos like seagulls, I shit on foes as the rhythm flows. I expose those behind closed doors. You know those that stole the souls, those parasites that think white is right. I'm God on the mic before the light from the waters of noon. The hidden when I moon, groomed to bring fear to all you coons. The society is doomed. Stay in tune, proceed with the mission. Fuck them goons. So fly, so fly, so fly, so fly. I'm in the sky. So fly, so fly, so fly, so fly. I'm in the sky. I'm so fly, I'm so fly that I look like I'm in the sky. The most high, I don't lie. A royal immortal, I won't die. I'll look you straight in your third eye, or the negative energy gets no reply. Centuries later, they still think they greater. No, I'm not a hater, I'm a reactivator. I'll raise you up like an escalator. Alpha male, not no beta. I love my people, not no traitor. This is Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. I defend my wife like Will and Jada. Even though it's fake, man, that shit look great. Make no mistakes, beware of snakes. Fight for your freedom, do whatever it takes. I'm so fly, I'm so fly, I'm so fly, I'm so fly. I'm in the sky. I'm so fly, I'm so fly, I'm so fly, I'm so fly. I'm in the sky. I'll materialize right in front of your eyes. Beam down from the barrel to reach you guys. Teach you guys, you've been hypnotized. Now it's time to rise like butterflies. Zoom, fresh out of cocoon. Bloom, like flowers in June. Boom, when I walk in the room, got word from Sandalphone.
I can fly without wings or material things. Power 357radio.com. We are late night luncheon, baby. Every Saturday from 9 to 11. Bitches.
Ah, bitches. So first, we're going to start off with a little whiskey and murder. Bubs and I were talking about one of the reasons he brought me into this was because we want to talk about some of the crazy ass things that I've seen in my career. 35 years as a medic, 5 years as a death investigator. For all you know, I started my career in PG County, Maryland, back 35 years ago in West Lanham Hills. Shout out to Truck 28, Engine 48. That's my old station. Truck Engine 283, Truck 28. So first, let me say we're drinking smooth Ambler Contradiction whiskey tonight, a nice little blend of bourbon. It is an incredibly nice and subtle thing with a little bit of ice. I drink everything on ice. I'm not a neat guy. I'm a nice guy. So, so let me tell you, this actually was my very first what I recognized as a homicide almost 35 years ago. I will say that the names have been changed, the location has been changed, and this is purely a tale of fiction, just in case somebody wants to come back and hit me with a HIPAA violation some later on. So everything has been altered slightly, but it's the truth. So 35 years ago, I get dispatched. I'm an EMT. I'm nobody. I'm not anything where I'm at today. I get dispatched to a call where we respond to a 4-year-old not breathing, unconscious. So we pull up to the house. Now, I got to remember, this is 4 o'clock in the morning. It's dark. It is crazy. I'll give you a little backstory. The area that I'm working in, we're all white guys working as a volunteer agency in an area that's predominantly black. Everybody used to come up and just say, how we get paid? And I said, we never got paid. I said, I used to carry an application in my helmet that I would hand to them and say, we do this for free. Come volunteer. And they'd look at us and say, fuck you. I ain't doing that shit for free. So I started this career in West Lanham Hills as a volunteer back in 1989, 1990. Crazy shit. So we respond to this call and we show up at the house, and I got this 4-year-old little princess who is unconscious and unresponsive. And I come to find out that, we start doing CPR on this little girl. And to this day, I remember the color of the room. I remember the smell of the room. I know exactly what this little girl looks like to the detail, the way her hair was done. She had little braids on there with the little ponytails and the little clips. She was a little ebony little girl, beautiful, absolutely beautiful little girl. And I pull in there and we start doing CPR. Now, again, remember, I'm not as trained as I am today. I'm pretty much a rookie in this. And I realize that I don't know enough to help save this girl. So luckily we end up having paramedics respond to us. And I remember as we're doing this whole process, this grandmom that's in the house literally looks at it and says, oh, that baby's dead. And I just kind of like, damn, like it was totally struck me as to why I think. Come to find out that this poor little girl was being watched by the father of basically it was the father, the baby's mama had gone out for the night. It was the first time in 4 years that this girl was ever at this guy's house. And, so we run this case, and like I said, I see this girl, I smell this house, I see what this girl looks like. It's plain as day. It's been 35 years since I've had this case, and I know the details of this room to ad nauseum. Come to find out, we hand the baby off to the paramedics. The paramedics take her to the hospital, and she ends up dying that night. So in the ancillary background in the next couple of days, we find out that the father couldn't handle the little girl. he didn't understand that she was scared because, again, this is the first time she's ever slept at this house. And the mother basically dumped off on the father. The first time she's ever actually met the father in her entire life. She goes, I need to get away for the night. You need to take your daughter, and drop them off at the house without even saying 2 words. No food. The father doesn't know what she likes. Well, this girl starts freaking out. Come to find out later on that the father actually ended up beating the girl because she was crying so bad. And this is, to this day, one of the cases that actually kept me going through my career and to why I became a paramedic, because that call that night, I realized I couldn't do enough. There was nothing that I could do. And I was like, I didn't know enough to actually do anything. So for the last 35 years, I've spent my career basically working towards preparing myself to handle these cases I couldn't do. And I can't tell you how many times I've lost a child in my career. Unfortunately, I feel that I've been blessed in a way and slightly cursed in a way that I've had an unprecedented amount of pediatric deaths in my career, a lot of them being homicides and a lot of them being, questionable circumstances. But this particular case, we ended up finding out that the father ended up shaking the girl and strangling her because she wouldn't stop crying. And, when you talk about this stuff today, and I have very, very little, as a father of 4 beautiful children and a grandfather, I have very little patience for any person that wants to harm a child to any age. You're under the age, we talked about earlier about 14, 13, 12, being able to consent. It still doesn't matter. They're still a child. We got to protect our babies. And that's where I am very, where I've lost my ways in this world of saying, I have very little patience. I'm 100% advocate of the death penalty. How can you do that if you're a paramedic? I said, because everything that I've seen in my career, if you harm a child, there is absolutely zero redemption that you have in your soul and your mind, how you can even do that. We could talk about more cases. I have probably unfortunately, hundreds of cases that I've dealt with over the years in terms of children. But this particular case happened to be in PG County, Maryland, 35 years ago. I unfortunately have lost follow-up with this, whether this guy actually got charged. We know he was charged. I don't know if he was ever convicted, but it was his daughter. It was his only.
So this is my thing about this, right? So, not to advocate for the father, but this is the father's first time with this kid, so he's not used to dealing with kids. And one thing I want everybody to understand, and I know Hollywood and all the fathers here, Drunken and Bubs. So when you're not used to dealing with kids and they wilding the fuck out, sometimes you lose your mind. You got to be able to walk away. Like sometimes my daughter's like so wild that I got to be like, yo, I got to chill. I'm going to go ahead and walk away for a minute.
Skrill's got a feral child.
Well, I'm going to walk away for a minute. And when I come back, I'm gonna have a different mind state. And when you're not used to dealing with kids, because look, let's face it, right? This dirty bitch wanted to go get her motherfucking freak on. Back then she was probably trying to drop down and get an eagle on and shit, right? So she fucking just dropped her off. Like, you don't even, like, the fucking kid don't even know his name or nothing. She's just like, yeah, this is Marcus. He your father. He gonna take care of you now.
And the poor grandmother, she's like, oh, that baby dead. And, not to be the way I talk, but I remember that. And I'm like, how could you be so fucking callous to even as a grandmother, to a child in your house? Like, that baby dead. And it just struck me, and it stuck with me the rest of my career. But and it goes back to the same thing. We got a lot of fathers in here. Fathers are important. Fathers are 100%. Really important. And being involved, like I said, how many guys do we know? How many guys do all us collectively know that our fathers that are shitbags because their fathers were shitbags and weren't involved in their lives and never taught them how to be fathers. And I'm going to go around here and say this: women cannot teach men how to be fathers. We need fathers to teach our men how to be fathers.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we got too many boys being fathers out here right now. Right. But, I talk about that thing, working. That was my
teenage birth rate has dropped very low.
Yeah.
Well, it's so, it's almost like, I don't want to, they both lost a child. So they both lost. But like the mother should have had a little bit of accountability because like we were saying,
Yeah.
like you said, like the daughter has never met the father. The mother who's had this 4-year-old. I mean, 4-year-olds are still babies. You're a baby
Oh yeah,
until you're about
100%.
7 or 8. You're a baby. Still 5, 6, 6. You're a baby. It's 5 years old. You're a baby, right? So 4 years, she's a 4-year-old baby. And if this guy who had no kind of formal training, or not even formal training, or just experience with handling a child, so that's one thing. It's almost like these mothers and fathers whose kids go out and rob and steal a car, and then running from the police. I think this just happened about a month ago. Running from the police on out in Capitol Heights, you crash into a fucking somebody going home from picking up their kid. You know what I mean? You kill everybody in the fucking car. Yeah. Who gets held accountable? The child or the parent?
I think parents should be held accountable.
It's like where, like we're focusing on government and DEI and all these different types of things, but we need to be looking at that. You know what I mean? Like accountability. There's an accountability that's just, it seems to be kind of just eroded. Because if your child, like you just said, 18, 17, 15, 14, if your child commits a crime that a heinous crime, I don't know what level of crime is considered, but I'm just saying, maybe just blanketed. If your child commits a crime and your child and they're a child, the parent needs to be held accountable. That's my stance on it.
Exactly. Like if your kid has been sucking so much dick that they gotta wire their mouth shut, that shit should come back on mama.
Word, man. I just think the parents need to be held accountable, man. The parents need to be, and even the grandmother, like that baby's dead. Yep. Like what the fuck, man? Like so I work in healthcare too. So I'm a director of environmental services. I work at Sinai Hospital now. So when I walk through, so when I walk through like peds and I walk through NICU and all these types of things, and because these people are, I saw my niece today, my great niece today, who's just 2 weeks old. They're helpless. Yeah. I mean, they have no voice. They have, you know what I mean. So it's like they need advocates, and like what you do, Sailor, and like, I mean, trust me, I'll be right with you. Like I want to be in that room when you give me an hour. I'll get a motherfucking confession from you. You know what I'm saying?
So I have a case right now. Again, unfortunately, I it's a community where I see an enormous amount of pediatric deaths. And the one community I'm in, they're like, well, we have more kids per capita than you guys, so we have more deaths. And I'm like, I tried to tell them, I said, one death is too many.
One death is too many.
And we have to be the advocates and the voices for these children to protect them. And, get somebody to say, be fathers. Like all the fathers, everybody's listening to this, be a father, be a real man, step up, be a father.
Be a father to your child.
Absolutely. Be a father to your child. Hey, yo, Zilla, I think we got to wrap this thing up, man.
Absolutely. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Drake, Call of Duty's coming up. Bubs, B,
Call of Duty.
I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick your ass, B.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man, it's been a great show. I want everybody to come back and rock with us next Saturday. Make sure you go to YouTube. That's LATENITELUNCHIN and subscribe today. You dirty bitches.
Peace out, brother. Peace. Peace. Hollywood, be good, brother. Be good. Where'd Reno go? Reno muted. Nice job, Mike. Here's a 9.5%, so put it on your coaster. Crush it like a monster, party like a rock star. If you got a drinking problem, I can be a sponsor. A drunk motherfucker who parties like no other. You can't hang, but you'll never be the buckster. But hold up, wait, let's do some shots, everybody. Ask anyone who knows I'm the last to leave the party. The first to get it started, Mr. Fucked Up and Retarded, and highly regarded as a king of the shit. I get fucked up quick, cause only I can do this. You can't out-drink me, so cross it off your list. I'm as drunk as I can get, guess it's time to dip. I'm about to leave and I won't say goodbye, bitch. Well, I'm so fucked up, I don't even care. If y'all know this fucked up, I don't fucking care. I'm so fucked up, I don't even care. Oh my God.
I like that show tonight, Mike. We did good, bro.